one, you need to answer the question. So I'm going to give you the key answer right there.
Okay.
I think for you, now,
No way.
and for this one, it's better to be technical because it's something demonstration, which is something go. So maybe you're gonna be the test taker, and you need to put yourself as straight as possible. And I'm gonna say this word. I'm not supposed
Sir, ini masuk loh, sir.
to.
Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable participants. How are you today? And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very nice to meet you all there. Where are you? Are you in school right now? Are you at the office? Are you at home? I hope you're doing good. Yeah. Right now, we're in Alpha Centauri Junior High School, and we have a very brand new podcast room. Wow. So we have lots of rooms and cinemas. We have it, and then one of them is a podcast studio to make a podcast video and podcast for all of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, honorable participants, welcome to podcast on international certifications for English teachers professional development. Woo! This podcast is actually presented by ACTA. So ACTA stands for Alpha Centauri Training Academy. So in this academy, we have tons of activities that later on, I believe that you want to follow our Instagram, and then also you want to follow our YouTube channel. We have many accounts there in Instagram and also YouTube. So you can just click follow or subscribe, and then we'll share lots of activities, and you can also be one of the participants here. So my name is Alexandria, and you can call me Lexi. And here we have three speakers already here in the studio. So here in my left side, we have Mr. Isan. Hello, Mr. Isan.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. You're doing good, sir?
It's doing great. Thank you so much.
You ready for the sessions?
As ready as ever.
Good, great. Okay, and after Mr. Isan, we also have Miss Nina. Hello, Miss Nina.
Hi, Miss Lexi. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm great, sort of.
You're great. Are you nervous?
Yep.
Because I'm nervous.
Extremely nervous.
I'm certainly nervous. Yeah, because we don't know how the participants are all great. How about Mr. Regi? Hello, Mr. Regi.
Hello, Miss Lexi. How are you?
Well, you're going great, of course. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm a bit nervous because I need to speak in front of great English teachers
Right.
from Indonesia, right?
It's such a burden, yeah. We have I think maybe 140 participants already here on YouTube and also on our Zoom. Later, and we'll see. Okay, then. So these three speakers, I think, would be shared lots of new insights, I believe. So please stay tuned until the end of the sessions, until the end of the podcast, because as English teachers, of course, we always encourage ourselves to improve both our teaching knowledge and our teaching skills, right? And one of them being through certification. So I would like to know, perhaps you want to use the chat box, what kind of certification perhaps you have already joined? Maybe? Anyone? Yeah. You also can use the chat box later on to interact with us. So, of course, later on, you can tell the world that you're a completely qualified English teacher. When you try to Google it, try Google it right now. There are tons of English certifications. You might be confused about what is the most suitable certification for you, where you can apply, and how it supports your career as an English teacher, right? So that's why maybe will be the solution for your curiosities and also your confusion. Yeah, let's see there. So all of the talks for today are all about Cambridge certification standards. We have TKT or Teaching Knowledge Test. We also have Salta or Certificate in English Language Teaching for Adults. And then also we have Delta or Diploma in English Language Teaching to Adults. So let's get started. But before that, we say hi again to our speakers for this podcast. I would like to announce, please stay until the end of the podcast because we've already prepared three prizes actually. The first
Mm.
prize would be for everyone, which is you will get the certificate at the end of the podcast. All right. So make sure we will give you the link, and then the link will lead you to the certificate, but at the end of the podcast. And also the second one, we also will surprise you with one of the prizes we've already prepared, which is drum rolls.
Oh.
TKT Module 1. So the price of TKT Module 1, if you're interested to take it, it would be around 750,000 rupees.
Wow. That's so cool, Miss Lexi.
Yeah, right. 750,000. We'll give it for free for the participant here. Yeah. And the last one, last but not least, we will have a very nice teachers camp later on in December. And there would be a certificate there, and you will also get teach by the Cambridge certified trainers. You'll also get the lunch, and the camp will be 4 days. Yes, from 27th until 30th of December this year. And you also get t-shirt and lots of facilities that you will get. And if you pay for that, there would be 650,000 rupees of
Oh.
teachers camp develop how to teach speaking skill. But if you maybe you want to like register it in the early bird until 24th of December, it will be 500,000 rupees. So you will get one ticket for that. Yeah, one ticket for that. So make sure later on, please join until the end of the podcast. All right, then. So I think enough with the introduction. I talked too much. So let's get started. By the way, for the participants here, maybe you're on YouTube or you're in Zoom, make sure you can just like raise your hand later on if you have any questions. Yeah, so we want to make as interactive as we can. So you can raise your hand, or maybe you can use the chat box over here. In the chat, you can chat box, and then maybe you can type down your questions. Yeah, we will very welcome to answer all of your questions. Yeah, as long as it's all about certifications. All right, then. So let's get started. First of all, I think I'll see my notes first. We have three speakers here, so I think I will go with yeah. And then what's actually the fundamental differences? As I said before, I mentioned three certification, TKT, Salta, and Delta. So what's actually the difference between those three?
Thank you so much for the question.
You're
I
welcome.
think this is something that we need to know. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so certifications, I think there's a lot of them, but among all of these certifications, that is internationally recognized, meaning that you can use the certificate if you want to teach abroad, is this three. And it's issued by Cambridge University. Who doesn't know Cambridge, right? So I'm not endorsed by Cambridge. by
Yeah.
the way.
Please,
Yeah,
please note that
Yeah.
this is not endorsed by the Cambridge. Yeah.
But yeah, this is among the most famous ones. So
Mhm.
we've got, maybe let me share my screen. We've got the TKT, Celta, and okay, here you go. Yeah, and Delta. So TKT is short for Teaching Knowledge Test. So it's basically a test, an exam where you will get tested on several things. Yeah, there are three modules, the three core modules where all your knowledge about teaching will get tested, and it's the most cost-effective way, the cheapest and the easiest, probably one of the easiest of the three. And the duration is about until 1 year to complete all of these three modules. But maybe Mr. Egi has something to say. Maybe you have something.
Yeah, Mr. Egi is actually experienced,
Yeah,
right?
he's got
And
one
you
thing.
also, yeah. All of these three speakers are already experienced. Me too, by the way. Yeah, we had that task, but maybe Mr. Egi, want to say something about TKT?
All right, let me get this straight first.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I'm not I'm not that pro. Okay, I just put myself as a novice teacher here, and I tried TKT for many times, but yeah,
That's what makes it different from others. So.
yeah. No. Mr. Isan
For us,
has.
once.
Yeah, right.
And I remember my first TKT 1 to 10. I got 6 maybe from range 1 to 10. Yeah, my first TKD it was 67. No, not TKD, but TKD preparation.
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 Right.
Okay, and I think okay, I was dreaming of becoming a teacher when I was in the kindergarten, and then I was wondering what makes a good teaching, and I didn't even know what makes a good teaching, what makes a good lesson. So when the first time I tried TKD, so it just reflect on myself, reflect on my teaching. Oh, it's not only it wasn't only a test. It gave me lots of ideas in teaching. Okay, that's my first.
Yeah.
It's like promotion, right?
Right.
Okay,
Well,
we are
but
not
I think-
endorsed. Okay.
yeah, it some makes sense. Yeah, so it means that yeah, I think that's the key. Why you want to take this task first, right? Why you interested in like how do you do the TKT also? And maybe
No,
could you
miss.
give go
No,
ahead. Say.
I didn't know. I didn't know the TKT. Mr. Isan
Oh.
introduced me the TKT. It's just like the salvation of teaching. So
Ah,
yeah, he introduced me TKT. So that was the first time I knew what makes a good teaching. It wasn't me that knew about it, but yeah, the TKT makes me reflect on my teaching. That's the key.
so it means that the TKT or Salta or maybe Delta is not really famous among teachers, right? Or maybe you can give us a little bit insight for that.
Let's ask the audience. Do they know?
Right. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, because at first I think, yeah, I just heard about the Salta and Delta and not TKT. Yeah, and some of them sometimes when I ask my English teacher, sometimes yeah, they're not really maybe know about TKT or so. Maybe you can give us more answers there. The honorable participants, maybe you can join us. So, do you think TKT, Salta, and Delta is well known here, especially for English teachers? And do you think it's important to take it? Okay.
Oh, that's familiar from Cork.
It's familiar for me. Okay,
Mm.
thank you very much. Miss Korea.
Corey.
Hello, Miss Corey. I'll give you like 30 seconds, yeah? Do you think it's familiar or not?
Yeah.
You can use chat box, please.
Which one that you are familiar with?
Which one you're familiar with? Is it TKT? Is it Salta or Delta? From 3 of them. Okay, Miss Cory is familiar with Okay. with all of them. So 3 of them.
Great.
Great.
Oh, TK.
Let's
So
see.
Mr.
Oh,
Nicholas says TK.
We say TKT, okay? And then Salta and Delta.
Oh, her.
All of them.
All of
It's
them.
okay.
It's okay now, right?
Wow. My mentor.
Hello, master.
Oh. The master here.
Now we're
Wow.
self-conscious because there's a
Yeah.
over there.
Okay.
Okay. Who else? No. Okay.
right.
Anyone else? Okay. So maybe Mr. Sun wants to say
All right.
something.
So let me get back to the PowerPoint that I shared
Right.
before.
Sure.
So as I said before, I mean, I said that it was the easiest. I don't mean to say that the test was easy. What I mean by easy is that you can actually register for this TKD as easy as registering online or something like that. Whereas for the Salta and Delta, there is this interview process. You're gonna have to wait for certain people to be there. I mean, how many people or should it be at least for Salta and Delta? For me, at least there has to be at least 6 people. For the Delta, but for
Right.
Salta, I think it's around the same thing. So you need to wait until they have this
Quota.
people.
Like
Quota, yeah.
quota.
But whereas for TKD, I think because it's probably the most popular one. So they usually have it almost like every 2 months or something like that. Yeah. So that's what I mean by easy. Easy to get yourself registered, but in terms of
Not the
Not
task. Yeah.
necessarily easy
there's
to pass.
another story. Yeah. Okay. And TKT is exam based, so there is no practical teaching element in it. Whereas Salta is the exact polar opposite of TKT. There is no such thing as testing in Salta. Everything is just like maybe Miss Nina can share more. It's about how you can demonstrate your teaching skills.
Right.
And the funny thing about Salta is that it's actually for those who have no teaching experience. So even if you haven't taught for any years, you can actually register for Salta. However, the difficult thing about Salta is that you need to get at least an advanced level of English, C1 or C2. Yeah, that's probably something that you need to consider because Yeah, I heard some people actually registered for Salta, but then got rejected or because yeah, the English level is below C1, so you have to be at least C1 for that.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
And if you look
Yeah.
at that, you need to spend at least 120 hours for the learning, and then you need to at least teach for 6 hours, and duration could be 1 month if you are doing it full time. Or Miss Tina, how many months was it? 3 months, right?
It's like, oh yeah, 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Right.
You do it part time.
Ooh, there.
Hold on, sir, can we say that Salta is the practical form of TKT? Can we say that? Because the questions in the TKT based on the real teaching situations, right?
Yeah, that's a good question.
But almost. There are many
Yeah.
principles in TKT that we can use in Salta. yes.
Oh,
I see.
Mhm.
So
Not
is it
exactly.
like you need to take TKT first before you go to Salta or Delta, or you can just like choose it whatever you want
Mhm.
based on your needs?
based on your money, I think.
That's I
All
think the point.
Yeah.
You
we
go
need to come up with.
independently, right?
Right.
Okay.
That's why you need to get a sponsor. So that's why ACTA provides you. Yeah, later on you will get the price.
Yeah.
So make sure you take a note for all of these things because later on we'll have the quiz at the end, and I think there will be questions also about
Yes,
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
the quiz will be all about the things
Yeah.
that
Right.
we are
So make
talking
sure.
about now.
So make sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Well, so yeah, Mr. Regi, I would say that Salta is what is it? You get lots of practical element that you can put into practice when you teach in class. Whereas for TKT is just testing your knowledge, and Delta is like the combination of these two. So you get both the test, which is module 1, and the teaching element, which is module 2. And then for module 2, you're actually basically just writing some proposal, like a research paper, where you need to propose like 20 hours of class based on students' needs. So basically, you got TKT Celta all together in Delta.
Hold on, it's just like a master thesis.
How long is master's thesis? Because like for module 2, you only need to write 45,000. Oh, sorry, 45.
Hold on, sir, 45.
Sorry,
Books?
So in total, actually, the essay itself is 4,500 words, but then the
Okay.
appendices can be. It's crazy.
Pages,
I count it was like almost 50,000 words. So it's like how long is master's thesis, by the way?
I think I'm in UP right now. and
Yeah,
it's
right.
40,000
Mr. Gagi is a
words.
master student right
Yeah.
now.
So the essay itself, the body of the essay set could be 4,500, but then the appendices can be more than that. So yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy.
It's much more than the master thesis, right? How come we can't recognize this certification in Indonesia? We consider more about master thesis, right, rather
Yeah.
than Delta. How come,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, like in terms of difficulty, I say because I've been there, I've taken master's degree, and I felt like Delta is much more challenging. I don't personally. I don't. Maybe some people think that masters is harder, but for me personally, it's harder. Maybe I'll show you the next screen. Yeah. So this is where is it? Oh, it's gone. I thought that I did a comparison between. Okay, all right. Anyway, maybe I can share you this. Yeah.
Okay.
So Delta is actually at level 7, which is it's the same as master's degree in England. So it's level 7 is master's degree. In terms of difficulty, it's the same. However, in terms of workload, I felt like Delta has got more workload than the master's degree. I counted the actual books that I had to read during the Delta, and it's actually thrice the number. 3 times the amount of books that I read in my
How many,
master's
sir?
degree. Maybe I was lucky when I did my master's degree. I only had to. What I mean by books is the one that you carry when you had to read, like public transportation. I think it's not the books that you use for your references in essays. So during my master's degree, I remember reading around 30 books at least. You have to know everything up there in your head. But for Delta, it's like almost 90 books or so.
90
3 times that.
3 times.
Wow. And then you
It's
pass
crazy.
Delta, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the fundamental differences that we can see from TKT, Delta, and Salta. So there's actually no standard that which one that we should take first. Yeah, it depends on what you need, and then also maybe later on.
I would definitely say don't take Delta first.
I don't take Delta first. So this is the recommendation
It's-
for the one who already experienced
You're
it.
gonna kill yourself.
Level 7.
Yeah,
Because Mr. Isan already experienced that, right, sir? Mhm. And you didn't pass back then.
yeah. I failed the module one first time.
Mhm.
And that was because I was too confident. I was arrogant. I thought, okay, I got master's degree, I got TKT. Why should I be afraid of Delta module one, right? So, and I just took the exam back in 2021 July.
Uh-huh.
I did it in TBI Jakarta.
Mhm.
And by the way, there were only 2 centers in Indonesia where you can take the module one Delta. And I thought it was gonna be at least a pass.
Uh-huh.
But then when I look at the result, oh my gosh, I couldn't do my and
Right.
if you fail, you can actually report to Cambridge and
Mhm.
ask them to reassess
mhm.
your essay. And I did that. I
Mhm.
paid a fee to Cambridge and I asked them to reassess my essay because
Oh, you need to pay again.
yeah,
after
for
that,
their assessment.
for their
Because I felt
reassessment.
so confident that I actually should pass.
And then did you pass after the reassessment? Oh no, okay. So it doubled.
Okay, then that means I wasn't prepared for the Delta.
Right. uh-huh.
So that means even if you got the master's degree, you got the TKD,
Mhm.
it doesn't really guarantee that you will pass Delta. It's just that difficult. And for the Delta module one, you can actually do it independently. You don't have to take any course. I did. I took a course. One of the centers in London. I forgot the name of the center. And I actually did the mock test and everything, yeah.
Mhm.
And I felt so sure that I would at least get a pass. But then, okay, I didn't make it. But then I didn't give up.
Mhm.
I tried again. I thought that it was not about the knowledge. I think I got it. I felt confident about it. Maybe it's about the strategy.
Mm,
I didn't
right.
know which question I should answer first, and lots of things about the exam strategies that I didn't really pay attention to.
Right.
So I changed the strategy. The second time around, I did mock test for maybe about like 7 times or something like that, with
Oh.
strict timing.
Mhm.
So as if it was like really
The real test.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I made it in the second time.
Wow, that's great.
Finally.
Finally. So it means all about strategy, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same with TKT, Salta,
Yeah.
and Delta. You need to practice
Yeah,
how,
you're right.
not only the knowledge,
pay
but also
attention
you
to
need to practice
So
how to
I
answer it.
changed the
And I think it's
strategy.
worth it. Yeah. Later on, we'll talk
the
about it.
second
Is it
time
worth
around,
it or
I did mock
not?
test
Yeah.
for-
And by the way, for your information, for who is not familiar with the Delta, so Delta also consists for 3 modules. Module 1, 2, and 3. So you can take it one by one.
Yeah.
And you
maybe
can
Sadiki
choose it.
Can talk something about TKT modules.
Uh-huh.
Modules.
And Delta too, right, sir?
Yeah.
With
But
Delta.
maybe let's talk about
Okay,
the
TKT
TKT
first.
first.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
please.
why me? Because I
Yeah.
okay.
Because you're the master.
Okay.
Okay.
Again.
Mr. Eggy,
How many
why?
times?
Because Mr. Eggy had already took it like several times, right?
Several
Pretty-
times, but
Right.
just one band 4. How come that?
I think
Okay.
band 4 is
It's
great. How many bands, sir, we have in TKT?
4, it's just like from A to
4.
D, right?
4 is the highest.
No, yeah, 4 is the highest,
4 is the
and
highest.
1 is the lowest, just like from A to D.
Right.
And at least you need to get band 3, right?
Band 3
It's
to
like B.
pass.
Yeah, it's,
It's
not
like,
pass or something.
but it's good. Is there
Well,
any standard of
Well,
pass or not?
thing is, if you got band 3, that means you at least get 60 correct answers, right? Out
Yeah,
of 80,
60.
out of 80, right?
Or
Mm.
out of 80.
60 or 40, I forgot. Oh, I think it was 40, right?
Yeah, for
Oh,
40.
yeah,
Amount
yeah.
Of
Half.
the
More than half, or
questions,
yeah,
yeah,
at
more
least
than half, right?
Mhm.
That means okay, you're good enough. You pass
Mm,
50% of the total questions there, right?
right.
For band 4, you should at least get
More than?
70
Yeah.
out of 80. 70 out of
Oh,
80.
wow. So Mr. Eggy is great.
No,
Okay,
just
yes.
one, just one,
Module-
one,
one
and it's
module one.
when I was young.
We're not, well,
Are you not young?
It's not young anymore.
Okay, it's a long, long time ago. Okay, when I was wild and young, and
And
so and free. Okay, so it consists of 3 modules.
Uh-huh.
The first module is all about your background teaching of knowledge of teaching, and
Uh-huh.
also your language. Yeah,
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 right.
your English.
I think most English teachers can make it, and do they need to practice for module one, sir? If they teach every day English,
Yeah, they
They
need
still need-
to rehearse, they need to practice. No, not rehearse. Practice. Okay. Because oh yeah, in the first module, we talk about grammar right there, but it based on, I think it needs to be connected with the real teaching situation.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the first one,
Alright.
module one.
module one.
And module two, it's lesson planning, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Before the lesson,
Yeah.
and module three during the lesson is
Yeah.
just like
Ah,
teacher's language,
Classroom
uh,
management.
classroom management.
Oh, okay. So you took all of them, module one until module three.
And
Yeah.
you know
All
what's
at
crazy
once.
about
All
what
at
he did is that he took it at the same day.
Wow.
All of them, right?
It wasn't me, it's you, sir. It's you. It's
Look like
okay. You asked me to put it in
Yeah.
one day.
High achiever. Us over here.
Most people would take it one at a time. but
Yeah,
he
yeah,
took it
right.
all in one day.
With
Yeah,
all.
one
Well, we did it all.
It
Yeah.
was crazy, yes.
Yes, it was crazy.
Mhm.
So they have difficulties during the even. I know you are a very active English teachers. You teach every day from Monday, Sunday. Sometimes you also take I know private classes and so on.
Right.
Is it hard to take the certifications?
Yes, no, I think it because it's connected with
Mhm.
your teaching
Mhm,
situation,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
That's why if you teaching passively, I think it's gonna be you're gonna be struggling. You're gonna
Mhm.
be struggling when
Mm.
you do the test.
Right, right.
Okay. And is it right now or?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be great,
Sure,
sir.
sure.
I would like to, give us the TKT sample questions.
Miss
and
Regi, is
Mr.
there any special preparation to take TKT?
Oh yeah, it's a self-course study.
Oh, self-course.
You need the book. Just read the book and practice the answers. There are also answer keys on that book, and you just. But you need to reflect on your own teaching, because when you do the test, you need to imagine how can you solve the problem or the issues in the question
Mhm.
based on your belief on your knowledge and on your teaching situation.
I think the interesting fact is we really believe that our teaching style is already good. The way of
Yeah.
our teaching is already good. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
put that standard there.
Yeah.
But did you feel that way, Mr. Eddie?
Yes, I believe that every teachers have teaching belief,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
So what makes a good teaching? Maybe what makes a good class? Teacher A say blah blah blah, or teacher B say blah blah. So sometimes we need to recalibrate
Yeah.
our teaching and belief in
Mm.
teaching. So how can we do that with TKT? Trust me, it
Trust me,
works.
it works. So let's
Okay.
see what Mr. Aggie will show us.
Let's give it a try. Yes.
Let's give it a try. So all participants you can see here. Yes, Mr. Aggie?
Yes, it's TKT module 1. So all you need to do here, just answer those question number 34 to 40.
Right.
It's types of error. So it's all about learners writing. So the classmate I will describe to you is a bit smaller than I. For number 34, it is made by the student, and you need to identify with types of error. It's grammatical, but based on teaching, right? Still.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we can do number 34 together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give an
Let's-
So
example.
everyone,
give an
let's see.
example.
Number 34.
Let's invite the participants.
So is there anyone here who would like to try 34, number
434, anyone? Yes, please.
So which types of error do you think?
Uh-huh. Okay, there you go.
Pronoun.
Pronoun. Okay, the B. So you can just like type the A, B, or C. Yeah, as the answer. A, B, or C. Thank you very much, Mrs. Corey. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, the classmate I'll
So,
describe to you
because
is
we
a
have
bit
time,
smaller than
right?
I.
So it's basically pronounced, right?
Mhm.
So that's how we do that.
Yes.
Okay.
Shall
Let's
we
be.
give them time to do?
Yes, please. We'll give you time like around 1 minute. Is that enough, Mr. Regi?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Not sure about that. It's
how much
the
time?
real question from the TKD.
How much time you will need to spend for this?
I think 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Or maybe
5 minutes.
Okay, then. 5 minutes. So let's see here, 34 until
You
40.
can just put A, B, or C.
Yeah. A, B,
Yeah.
or C in the chat
It's
box.
simpler.
34, for example, B. 36, for example, C. Yeah. 36 B
Can
again.
you open the
Okay.
chat?
Okay. All right, then yes, please, please number, and also after that, the A, B, or C.
But this is not for the prize, right? This is just a practice.
Yeah, this is just a practice. Okay, anyone?
All
Okay,
right.
anyone want to try perhaps?
What do you think about number
Okay, from-
35?
Okay,
Okay.
let's do it together then
Okay.
while we're waiting, yeah? Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Taufik. 35 is A. Is that
Okay.
correct? Let's see, 36 C. Okay.
Okay, from
Ibu Tri,
Chandita.
wow, we have lots of it. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
We're waiting, yeah, for your answers. 35A, 36 Ibu Tri, 35A, 36B, 37C. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Ibu Tri and then Pak Taufik, 38B. All right, 36B. Wait, it becomes quiet all of a sudden, yeah? You
Mhm.
think about the answers. Yes, go ahead. So this is what it looks like when in the test room. Okay.
So we're not only talk about it, but
Right.
we try.
We try it, yeah. And I think this is a very good experience, Mr. Kagi, right? Because when we only talk about it, sometimes we cannot imagine how it works. Yeah,
Yes.
in the task.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Okay. Oh, we have Miss Mayang here. Hello there.
Hello,
Take this
Miss
for
Mayang.
me.
Welcome.
Welcome. We have Bu Renita Chu, 38B. Just haven't C, 40A. Okay. Oh, there's already someone who already reached 40. Ibu Renita. Ibu Tri ya? Ibu Triandita. Wow. Bu Renita, 38. Ibu Kori, 39. C,
Oh, it's 39. Wow, that's
Mhm.
great.
39. Great. Almost finished. Okay. One minute left.
Okay, so it gives you a general idea what
Yeah,
Right.
you will find
Yeah.
in a TKT
Right.
module.
Agree.
Module
this is
one.
module
this
one,
one.
Okay.
which assesses their knowledge of grammar, right? Mr. Module one.
Yes.
Grammar,
Background
language.
teaching. I mean, at the same time, yeah.
Mhm.
Teaching knowledge
Mhm.
and also the English
Okay.
itself.
The English itself.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think we are done.
Okay.
I think someone is got.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then, Mr. Regi,
Would you mind sharing?
would you mind share the
the answer?
answer key?
You can just click next.
Oh, yeah.
I've already put
Sorry,
the
sorry.
answer keys.
Really? Okay.
The answer key is it? This
All
one?
right, it's right.
Correct.
This one. Congratulations.
Oh.
Yes, for the A, right?
Yeah. 34 is articles. 35.
But I'm sorry, my bad. For 34 is it's B, yeah, pronounced. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Right. Okay.
35A articles.
Yeah, she goes A, right?
A brown
A
hair.
brown hair.
yes.
He doesn't recommend anyone dream.
C
It should be actually remind him,
prepositions.
right?
Remind.
Is
That
him.
is
Sorry.
Should be
missing
pronounced.
Pronounce.
pronounce.
Sorry.
Yeah, B.
Okay. 37. He lives maths and he pronounce. But lots of sport in the weekends.
It should be
At the weekend.
Yeah,
Yep.
At the weekend, yes.
Okay, so
What's the
prepositions then C.
Okay, I'm sorry. I put the wrong answer
Yeah.
keys.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
think
test
so.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's this is actually the task, right, Mr. Kaigi? 38. He has a brother and 10-year-old
name?
whose
So it's,
name
So that's
pronounce.
Yeah, it's a bit B.
Right. And that he has many friends, very good for organizing
Good
parties.
at, right?
Good at. So
So-
prepositions.
Prepositions.
Right, correct.
Okay,
C.
prepositions, yeah.
40. The school is and
Same.
At the
At-
same
At the
same.
at the same
Yes.
time, right?
Uh,
Is in hold
Oh,
on, I,
the-
I
the
cannot
right-
I can't read that.
In
Okay.
the same, so it's missing articles.
The-
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's articles, yeah, for the, okay.
And how many questions will will be
Yeah,
there?
how many
Ah, it's 80
questions in total?
questions
80.
in 80 minutes.
80 minutes, how many questions?
80 questions.
80
Questions.
questions, right?
One question, 1 minute.
Oh, okay, so not 34 until 41 minutes, yeah, sir.
Yes.
One question, 1 minute, sometimes.
Sometimes it's frustrating,
No.
but sometimes it's just love-hate relationship between me and TKD.
Right. So how the worksheet looks like? Is it like you need to choose with the ABCD multiple choice, or you
Yeah.
need to write down?
We need to bold the letters right there, just like UN.
Just like
Okay.
So all multiple choice, no writing
No,
essay or something.
Yeah, it could be matching
Mhm.
or the one out.
Mhm.
Okay, but it's supposed to be objective test, right?
yeah.
No
Mhm.
long answers.
No, no SI, because SI is module delta
Module
module
delta.
Delta module one.
module.
So yeah, I can confidently say that delta module 1 is like the steroid of TKT.
Right.
TKT on
So
steroid.
because you need to not choose but write exactly the answer. That's for Delta. But for TKT, no, we just choose. Yeah, you just choose, Mr. Regi.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just
All right, then.
Not sure why.
So you
though.
guys did it.
Cambridge still use hands, yeah, for TK for Delta Module 1. Not sure why they would punish you and ask you to write with those handwriting and stuff. But yeah, that's the difference. Yeah, I mean it's still task, but
Mhm.
with TKD it's all multiple choice. But then for Delta Module 1, it's a handwritten test.
Ah, okay.
but that was module 1, right?
Mhm, mhm.
So I think it's
Mhm.
the scope. It's all about English,
Yeah.
but module 2 and 3, I think it's on another level.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shall we take a look?
Yes, maybe
Yeah.
you can
Would you say
share the
much
screen
harder
again.
than Module 1?
Much harder because it reflects on your teaching. That's why at least you need maybe 6 months to 1 year
Mhm.
experience.
Experience for that.
Okay. So
All right, let's see.
let's take a look at
The module 2 or module 3, sir?
I think 3 of them, but it's not a rule. But it's just a suggestion from me. You can take it anytime you want,
Mhm.
right? If you have the money. Okay.
But
Okay,
it would be better if you just like take it in order, like module 1, 2, 3, or what do you think?
I don't. I think module 2 is
The hardest?
the most difficult. Yes,
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah.
module. No,
When you
all of
do the
them in a
lesson
day,
plan
just like what we did.
before the class, do you think it's the hardest part?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
you think. Okay. Maybe we have different opinions, right, for other participants.
Maybe, yeah.
But I agree with you. Module 2,
Yeah,
module 2
module
is
Challenging.
the most challenging. Okay, let's see here. This is the module 3.
This is an example from Module 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay, so it's about classroom management, right?
Classroom.
Classroom
Yeah.
management.
Teacher's language.
Mhm.
Teacher's language.
language.
Okay. To the classroom, and you need to pretend to be a teacher trainer. Okay.
Mhm.
All of you guys
All right.
on the Zoom, and maybe all of you too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna share the answer key.
And you are the teacher.
Okay.
You are the teacher and we are
the trainer.
the trainers.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna demonstrate or miming, not my demonstrate the teacher's language, and you need to choose which one is the most appropriate for a trainer's comment
Okay.
down below from A to H, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, now the
We only
first
can
one.
choose one, yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, just it's odd one out, yes, sir. Okay, hey, H1, 2. Yes, you can choose one.
Okay. You
All
only
right, the
can
first
choose
one. Are you guys ready? You just need
Yeah,
to type down
ready.
in the chat box.
So, Mr. Regi, you will say the instructions
The
as a
instruction.
teacher
Maybe instruction or feedback
or
to the
feedback
class.
to the class, and then you have to match what you do with the comments from the trainers.
Yes.
What is it? Let's say that you were being supervised.
Yeah.
Like,
Observed,
and then this will be
supervisi-
the comments that you will get
Yes.
after the class, right?
Mhm.
right, and that's why you need to put yourself as the trainer.
Okay. We are the observers.
Okay.
Okay,
So all participants are the observers of the teachers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here. What do you think, Mr. Regi? Yes, please.
Maybe it's gonna be 3 times. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, 3 times.
Okay. Now number 1.
Okay. So participants, you just need to put down the letter there, yeah, or
Yeah, just
A,
check
B,
the
C,
each.
D.
Okay.
Which one is the correct answer?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, for one more time, you need to put yourself as the trainer.
Okay.
It's like Miss Okay. All right. Miss Okay is here. Okay. It's supposed to be real. All right. Okay. Okay, the first one.
Miss Corey.
Not yet, Miss Cory.
Not yet,
You need
Miss.
to listen to me first. I'm gonna act as a teacher who's
Uh-huh.
teaching in the classroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Anna, Lucy, please stop talking. All right. You can't do this to me. Come on. Please give me all your attention now.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's the teacher said.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So which one is the trainer's most appropriate trainer's comment for
Okay.
that situation?
Once again, Mr.
once
Ray,
again.
Can you repeat again one more time, please?
Anna, Lucy, please stop talking. You can't do this to me. Come on. Okay, everyone, please give me all your attention now.
Okay. Choose one. Yeah. Mr.
Choose
Ray,
one.
Choose one. Which one do you think? Hmm.
And
Corey, C.
Corey, C.
Miss Corey, C.
Uh,
Ringing
the
a bell
others?
or clapping your hand can be a good way to make the class listen. Oh, okay.
so you have,
Mhm.
instead of saying, you
Mhm.
can clap
clap.
hands.
Like
Is it
this.
correct?
like this?
Ding, 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 like that, yeah. Real bell.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, so the answer is C for that
yeah,
number.
see, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ringing a bell or clapping. Oh, do we have to bring a bell? Oh, yeah, clapping hands, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, instead of Anna, Lucy, please stop talking. Oh, come on, you can't do this to me.
Ring a bell. That's okay if you have one.
Ding, 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 ding. All right,
Ice cream.
okay. So it's not intimidating, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay. Can you imagine? You need to imagine that situation when you do the test, all right? That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Can we do for one more time? I love
Sure.
this. I can do this all day. I can do this.
Go ahead. All
All
Yeah.
right.
And please, everybody, please join, not just Miss Corey.
Yeah, yeah. So we won't reveal the answer yet later on, yeah?
Yeah.
Let the participants answer first. Okay, Mr. Agi, the second questions.
All right. Next. Okay. The situation is I'm talking in front of the class. Okay.
Mhm.
Listen, class. My other class did much better in the progress test.
Mm.
My other class.
My other class did much better in the progress test.
Wow, the teacher said that. Okay, so which one do you think? You're the trainers.
I think wrong expression should be like this.
Okay.
My other class did much better in the progress test.
Like cynical teacher. Okay.
True actor.
True actor. Which one? Okay.
Yeah, me too, Mr. Topic.
To TKT, Mr. Agi.
You know, it's just like it's addicting, yeah.
Yeah.
Addictive.
Social
and
media.
So
Just
you
true.
guys, what is your comment
Yeah.
if Mr. Eggy said that?
By the way, Mr. Agi, can we choose the C again? Because the C is already chosen
No, you
in
can't.
the previous questions. No.
It
Okay.
has to be different.
It has to be different. So, participants, which one do you think?
I guess B.
See?
Miss
I
Anna?
like the way you encourage the learner to try harder. Okay.
Okay, you like it.
You like
Uh-huh.
it. All right, then. Uh-huh. Anyone else, please? Okay.
E.
It's a good idea to use what's happening around you to teach some new vocabulary. Are you sure? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
Miss
Okay,
Agi.
very well. I'm gonna repeat it for one more time.
Okay.
Listen. My other class did much better in the progress test.
Oh, okay. So that's the teacher said, yeah? Okay. Would three say
Don't laugh.
B? You should try to give formative feedback. Ah, okay.
Okay,
B,
Miss
give
Hefty.
feedback. Ah, okay. You don't compare, you give feedback. Maybe that's what you want to say, yeah? Miss and Butri, yeah? Okay, anyone else? With the expression of a cynical teacher, what Mr. Agi already showed.
But it is some kind of encouragement for the learners to try harder.
Alright.
Somebody said that.
Yeah.
And the answer is
And the
What
answer
is the
is
answer?
It's B. You should try to give formative
okay.
feedback. Okay,
congratulations.
it's formative. Congratulations
To Miss Triandita. I think.
and
Miss
Miss
yes.
Hesti.
And also Miss Hesti, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's it, Kate.
So that means, Mr. Regi, when you're taking TKD, you couldn't answer this
Renata.
unless you have the experience
Yes.
as
Mhm.
a trainer as well.
No. All you need to do just put yourself as a trainer.
Mm.
It's just reverse.
Just imagine.
Yeah, just imagine.
Yeah. You put it in a
Which
big
one that I
picture,
need
right?
to work on, right?
That's
Or
why
something that.
when you take the TKT test, you need to be a reflective teacher.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Reflect on you.
Of
You-
how the way you teach.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I've talked a lot about Delta, right?
Mhm.
And also TKD. Why don't we have Miss Nina to say
Sure.
something about Salta?
Okay.
And I think most
Yeah,
people are
I'm listening to
looking.
you guys. It's okay.
No,
I'm
Miss Nina.
enjoying myself really.
So can you talk?
Uh-huh.
Maybe you have questions, or maybe participants, do you have any questions?
Yeah, sure. So actually here that Mr. Agi will explain about TKT, Miss Nina will about Salta, and then Mr. Isan will about Delta. But we've talked a lot about TKT and Delta. So let's go to the next to Miss Nina. Let's say hi to Miss Nina for Salta.
Hi. Okay, so,
So
what do you want to know? Where do I start?
So okay, so Salta first, Miss
Mm.
Ina, maybe Salta in general. So what is Salta is actually all about? Maybe Mr. Isan already explained about the fundamental. But how
Oh,
did you
yeah.
experience about that while you're taking the test?
Okay. Oh yeah. So the general knowledge about Salta was there. You all have already seen it.
Uh-huh.
So Salta is the practical way of teaching.
Mhm.
So in TKT, you only get this exam just once.
Mhm.
You go to answer questions, but in Salta, you do things. So it's not an exam, it's not a test, it's an ongoing process of learning how to teach, basically. Um, my experience, well, of course, it's an amazing experience
mhm.
because I'm that kind of person. So, okay, just look back a bit that I have always loved English.
Mhm.
And I think at one point that God has given me this ability to speak English, then I think I have to share. So I think because I can speak English, then I can teach English. I can give my English to everyone. That was my initial thought. But boy, how wrong I was.
Mhm.
It's not like that. So I tried several years to teach and I was always confused. Now, by taking Salta, now it's clear. What do I have to do in the class? What do you aim in the class? What do you want for your students in a lesson? That's how clear it is. So for the first time, my eyes are open. Okay, so it's almost like I've been not everything. I've been doing things wrong,
Uh-huh.
but now I know. I know better. So yeah, it's a great experience. It's eye-opening. And at one time, maybe you will be disheartened because, oh my God, I know nothing about teaching.
Uh-huh.
I thought I was doing the correct thing, but then, oh, now I see. Because just like Tiketi, it asks you to reflect on yourself a lot.
Mhm.
And when you reflect and you find out that, oh no, I was not doing a good thing, you got disheartened. But
Mhm.
because it's Salta, the tutors, your colleagues, they will give you all the support that you need so you can make amend and you get to be a better teacher.
Wow. So you completely know the impact after you're taking this certifications.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. You feel
Mhm.
that. How many months you need to prepare before you taking the test, Miss? Mr. Kagi said 3 months, yeah?
Mhm.
What?
You said that before? How many months that you took
To prepare
to prepare yourself
for
in
TKT
TKT?
before you can take
I
TKT.
think it's a week.
Oh,
Okay.
but yeah, as we say before, that TKT is like what you do
Yeah,
every day, right?
self-
As an
yeah.
English teachers,
No, it's a study
self-study
course, right?
course. Yeah.
And I hope I can get my Celta
Well,
next
self-study
year,
next year.
sponsored by the school. I'm almost praying next to the
Right.
to the owner of the school. I mean,
Right. Okay.
Okay, there's a question from Miss Corey.
Okay, sure. So in Salta, is it included teaching, training, or preparation before taking the test, or we should learn it by ourselves? How many months and then what kind of preparations
Okay,
did you do
so this is
before you
an
take it?
interesting question because
Mm.
there is a mispreconception that Salta is a test. Well, it's not. There is no test in Salta. So you don't get to answer questions or make an, just like doing multiple choice. There is no such thing. So the way they decide whether you pass CELTA or not just by an exam, by the ongoing process for the whole session. So if you take it like full time, it's like 5 weeks
Mhm.
every day, like 5 days a week from like 9 to 6 every day. Everything will be assessed.
Mhm.
Wait, is it like GIT?
Exactly.
PPG?
Yes.
Oh.
What is
Exactly.
GIT?
What's GIT?
Ah,
GIT.
Birth
Oh,
certification.
so you should be happy because we are promoting your program.
Yeah, GITE is one of the best program for you
Mm.
English teacher.
yes, exactly. It's a course. Not
Yeah,
an
it's a
exam.
course.
Yeah.
Yes, of
So there
course.
is no such thing as a test, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, but suppose that you take this. I mean, like, is it like a training kind of?
Uh-huh. Before you
It is,
take the
right?
filter?
Just like
Yes. Yes, it's a course or
Uh,
the training. Yeah.
Also,
Mhm.
the exam is supposed to be just like UKIN in PPG, yeah.
What is again?
Ujian, I don't know the kin ujian. I don't know that ujian akhir.
No, there is no ujian akhir.
no.
No, I mean the micro teaching or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Teaching
exam in PPG.
practice,
Teaching
and you will
practice.
get your assessment from your teaching
Yeah. So it's a
practice.
portfolio of your teaching.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Correct.
international form of PPG, just like
Yes.
PPG.
Kind of.
Yeah. But looking back, because you got a PPG, how
Uji
you think it's
kinerja
different?
dasar UKIN.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, it's been a while. I had my PPG when I was young. It was last year. Okay. Uji kinerja, yes, uji.
1 year ago.
Is it UKIN or UP ya, Miss?
Okay.
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 Maybe you can.
So it looks like PPG, Mr.
Yeah, maybe.
The
Yeah.
international version.
The international
Can you
version.
elaborate more about the Salta? So, no, the Salta itself.
Yeah,
And
that's how.
Are there mentors or grouping mentors?
Yes, you've got 2 tutors for maximum 6 people
Mhm.
in a group. So in my group there were only 4 people because the whole group is 9, so it was divided into 2 groups,
Mhm.
5 people and 4 people. It was 4 people in my group. So we take turns to do the assessed teaching
Ah.
practice,
Right.
and there were like 4 written assignment that we have to make some kind of essay.
Mhm.
Um,
And
And
maybe
what about the lesson plan? Sorry. The
Yeah.
lesson plan.
That-
Is it assessed by the tutors or the mentors?
Yes, that is one
Oh.
of the elements. So
Mhm.
like how you prepare your teaching lesson,
Mhm.
how you analyze your language that
Yeah.
you will
Mhm.
so for example, you want to introduce a new vocabulary,
Mhm.
then you have to analyze that vocabulary. What things that you want to introduce to them, like the part of speech, the
Mm.
pronunciation, you have a thorough analysis on those, and then you have your teaching lesson plan,
Mhm.
and then your practice, and then after that you reflect on your teaching. All of that package
Mhm.
will be your assessment.
Is there any score standard like what we had in TKT, Miss, like band 3, 4 or something after you got the assessment?
That's a good question.
Yeah, they will not give you any score.
Okay,
So-
because once again, it's not like a test.
Yes.
TKT, it's a test,
Mhm.
right? That's
So-
what we call as a test, right? And this one,
Mhm.
and then they will.
So the result will be 4. Is it 4?
Yeah, fail,
You can either fail
pass,
or pass, and then pass B or pass A.
pass A.
Oh, yeah.
So 4
and
categorized.
Miss Nina
Correct.
had a very nice score, and
Yeah.
that's what we call score, not score, but assessment.
Yeah.
Assessment.
All right.
Mm.
Congratulations.
I
there.
have a question.
Mm,
But
thank you.
do we need to take? Okay, that's the question.
Do we know? Oh, yeah.
That's a very good
Ah,
Okay.
so what's the difference between Salta and PPG? Not PPG, PPG.
All right. To be honest, I joined. I finished my PPG. It was because instrumental value.
Mhm.
It's all about teacher certification. Certi, that's what we call Neng Certi. So we have certifications once in 3 months. So maybe because the goal of PPG itself, the main goal, I mean
Yeah.
the main goal, there are goals, but the main goal is to increase teachers' welfare.
Mm.
Okay. But what about the Salta? Do you have any
Is it worth it?
Not the word that, no, the instrumental value. I'm
The
talking about
Right.
I'm talking about money here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it worth it that you
Let's just
pay
put
for
it
the
on the
certain
table.
amount of money and then you get the feedback like at least doubled or triple or something? Is it? Yeah, maybe, Mr. Sun.
Well,
Miss
this
Nina.
is funny because Salta is probably a staple or something that most native teachers would look for in order for them to teach and go abroad to to many different countries that they want. Yeah. So without Salta, even though they are native speakers, they might not probably be considered. But if you are native and you have Celta, then chances are you're going to be recruited. You're going to be, they will like you and you will get a job. So that was how it used to be in the past. But now, even non-native speakers, they take the Celta, hoping that maybe international schools can recruit them. Yeah, and or these days, online online courses is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic and everything. So with the Celta, you don't have to go abroad. You can just stay at your in the comfortable space of your house, right? And you don't have to go anywhere. You just show you the certificate, and maybe some companies abroad, international companies, will hire you because you've got the certificate.
Yeah.
But you have to bear in mind that most of them, they are looking for native speakers more than the Celta itself. So you cannot just say, okay, I got the Celta, then maybe you kind of hope that they will hire you for some reason. Well, still there's this preference for native speaker that I'm not sure why.
But at least you can compete,
Yeah,
right, sir?
you can compete.
Yeah,
right?
in like a free trade of English teachers
Yeah.
abroad, you can absolutely compete because you have that certifications, right?
Yeah.
It's
that-
like an
That's
appreciation.
a comment from Miss Tasti. Yes, exactly. Those are some of.
Okay, so I will read it. Yeah, so
It's not a
maybe
question,
speakers,
it's just a
maybe
comment.
speakers, all of you can answer. So you teachers with no experience starting their career, okay? And then the second, teachers
Yeah.
with some experience who want to develop their skills. The third, first language English speakers and non-first language speakers. And the last one, teachers who want to travel and teach
Yeah.
English. Which one?
I don't think that's not a question, Miss.
Yeah,
It's a choose.
information.
It's an info.
Information.
Yeah.
Oh,
Piece of
okay.
information.
Very good.
If you Google it, that's
Thank
what
you very
will
much,
have.
Miss Asti.
Yeah.
Thank you for adding this.
Thank you, Miss Asti. Yeah, exactly.
But
All right, so that but in Indonesia maybe it depends on the institution, right?
yes, you're right. Some institutions actually recognize Celta and they can,
Ah.
with a certificate, you get better payment or something, better salary. With some institution, but some institutions actually don't recognize it. So even though you have the Celta, it makes no difference. But for me, I don't know with you, Miss Nina, but my experience with Celta is that it made me more, I don't know, more aware of this teaching tools and reference points for me when I teach. Okay, all these missing pieces that I taught in my previous years of teaching, finally, is finally complete. Yeah. So now I know. Okay, so when you teach vocabulary, it's probably better if you don't use PPP, but maybe TTT, test, teach, test, because students already have some working knowledge of it, something like that. So you know the framework, you know the difference between skills and systems, and it's probably one of the best teaching training
Celta, yeah.
sessions. Yeah, also probably the most productive part of my life. Yeah.
Okay, so would it make any different if you take it like different if you take it in a way or to another?
Oh, you mean online and offline, right?
Yeah, right.
Miss Nina, which one?
Which one did you
Did you
take it,
take it
Miss?
online?
Online or
I
offline?
did it online.
You did it online.
Online,
And then
yeah.
is it different? Hey, have you
Well,
experienced or maybe know how if we take it online?
Well, there are some advantages for me, especially because of my situation, that if you take it offline, you have to present, you have to be there
Yeah.
like 5 days a week from morning until afternoon, and you don't get to do anything else. But for me, I have other responsibilities with family and others. So I take it like the part-time. So we don't do it every day.
Yeah.
It's only like at the weekends. And I do it offline, online. It has an advantage because nowadays we need to teach online,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we need to have that skill to teach online. So when we are taking Salta online, then we can just put it to practice when
Right.
we are ready to teach. I think that's a big advantage that we have
Wow.
when taking it online.
Yeah, and you don't have to commute. You don't have to use
Mhm.
public transportation.
Yeah,
your
you
time is
save the
saved.
expense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also the lethargy, the energy.
The energy.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you don't have to get tired jumping from one place to the next. You just stay there. Yeah,
Oh,
at your house.
interesting. Yeah. So
Not necessarily easy though.
Oh yeah,
Still
difficult. But
so difficult, but you can do it online. Yeah. So this trip certification, actually, you can do it online because it's all actually it's coming from all over the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes for Salta and Delta.
yeah,
Uh,
Yeah, another interesting
Mhm.
thing when you take it online is that you get to get connected with the world.
oh,
Uh,
and then
So,
from
yeah.
where, Miss?
You're right.
Did you
Yeah,
experience?
I joined it with International House Bangkok.
Mhm, mhm.
So it's based in Bangkok. So the participants were from everywhere. I had colleagues from India, from
Mhm.
Thailand itself, then from Shanghai, Hong Kong, the Philippines. So it's interesting that, and then the teaching practice, we
Mhm.
also did it with international students. So there were students from Morocco, from of Vietnam,
Mhm.
from Myanmar, from Thailand.
So they are all volunteers. They are
Yeah.
volunteers as
Yeah,
students. Uh-huh.
So if we do it in Indonesia, we can get away with using Bahasa Indonesia when you are
Right.
stuck, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But for international students, you don't have a choice but to use English.
How to?
You have when you have to explain something, you have to think, how can I do it in English? Because they don't understand Bahasa Indonesia.
Mhm. That's why we call it international certifications.
Interesting experience.
But we can take it in Indonesia, right?
You're,
Where?
Yeah.
Where?
Uh-huh.
So
Okay. The only place where Salta is offered in Indonesia is Jakarta.
TBI.
Mhm.
TBI.
I heard there was a moment where they offered it here in TBI Bandung, but it was like a long time ago. And after that, I don't think they offer Salta in Bandung anymore. But yeah, I can pretty much vouch that. Be sure that it's offered in Jakarta for the offline
Right.
thing. Yeah. I'm not sure if they're.
So if you need to go to Jakarta then.
Yeah,
sir?
for 1 month.
For
You have
one
to
month.
stay there
Yeah,
for
you
a
have-
month.
However, the thing with the Salta is that if you don't want to have it here,
Mhm.
you can go abroad for 1 month. Let's say you want to go to Italy.
Yeah.
You can just take the Salta
Okay.
in Italy.
Yes.
Or let's say I love Japan.
Uh-huh.
Why don't I just travel to Japan for 1 month and take Salta there?
Yeah. People
So-
do that.
Yeah, so you can choose any country you'd like to go
Mhm.
and take the Celta in that country that you want.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's the same
I know
thing,
someone who took
right.
it in Sydney.
Mhm.
So she spent like a month in Sydney to take
Wow.
Salta.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay.
Uh,
That's great. So is that enough if we just like we had TKT, we had Salta, is that enough? And then why you take Delta? Why?
What is
Yes.
Delta?
Because I think from the experience that what Mr. Aggie already shared with us, from Miss Nina as well, shared with us, I think it's like, wow, very good. You have lots of experience as an English teacher.
Yeah.
How about you, sir? Why?
Well, it's a very interesting question. Well, the thing is that, with there are just still some lingering questions, some burning questions that I didn't get the answers from Celta,
Mhm.
such as why should we take that framework? I mean, and even with the skills, the difference between skills and systems. What I mean by skills is like speaking, reading, and stuff like that. It's still, for me at the time, at least, it was still quite a mystery. I mean, like I didn't really get the answers of how to teach these language skills in a way that would benefit learners. So because I was curious, I needed to have more training on teaching skills, especially speaking. That's why I took the Delta. And yeah, it answers lots of my questions. And in Celta, they tell you what you have to teach. Okay, this part of the course, use this course book, use this teaching approach. But in Delta, everything is on your own. You have to think about what's best for your learners. You cannot use any course book. You have to make up your own materials, and you have to read several books and see if what you have read works with students. And the thing about Delta Module 2 is that you will know the result as soon as you teach, right there. So you don't have to wait 4 months until you know whether you pass distinction, pass with merit, or fail. You can get it 3 days after you teach. And you have four times assessed teaching. And yeah, you will get the result for the first 3, but for the last one, for the fourth one, you have to wait for 2 months, and the last one decides the final outcome of your Delta module 2. So if I had to choose which modules is the most interesting and the most valuable, I would say module 2, because it really raises your bar as a teacher. It gives you this awareness that you didn't get by just taking Salta or TKT.
Wow.
So yeah, module 2 is probably the core of the Delta, and I think if you want to skip all the modules, don't skip module 2, because it's the core, and maybe the Salta on steroids.
And the most challenging one. But the thing is, you mentioned that before about the master degree. Is it like the same, equal as my formal education as master degree?
Okay, let me just share this. I have got this. Maybe I can show it to you.
No, we have some questions.
We have some questions.
Okay.
Which one do you want to answer first, Mr. Risan?
All right. Maybe we can.
Before
that, I think you can just proceed there. Is it like,
go ahead.
sometimes like the question is, English teachers, we don't need to go to the pursue our master educations because we have like Delta here.
Yeah.
Right? Is it really equal as
let's see.
Mr. Egi? And then other teachers, I guess.
So,
yeah.
Which is what at least this is from my experience, so it can be different from everyone, right? From each person. At least in my master's degree, I just needed to read 30 books. What I mean by books is just those books that you really, really have to read from cover to cover. But then in Delta, it's not enough. You have to read more than that. And the word limit is the word count is almost the same if you look at it. And the learning style with masters, your lecturers will still tell you what to do, but in Delta, there's more independent learning involved. And this is interesting, the success rate in master's degree. I'm not saying that master's degree is easy, no, but it's kind of hard to fail master's degree.
Most people
will still pass as long as you attend, as long as you do the assignments, right? On time, I mean, and then also, do all these exams. But in Delta, even though you, let's say, study work at night, you slog your guts out, you can still fail. It's common to fail Delta. So if let's say you fail your module, that's not the end of the world. Lots of people fail, even native speakers. They can fail more than one. I remember having someone who actually got a distinction in module 2, but then failed 2 times in module 1.
Wow, it's like backwards.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and even my tutor, I'm not going to say who, but my tutor actually got a distinction for module 1, but then for module 2, she just got a pass. So it's different for everyone, the degree of difficulty. Maybe for me, the hardest is module 2, because I have to stay on top of my performance. And I don't know if you guys experience it, but online learning has its own challenges with the connection, right? And with this coronavirus, I was actually sick during the day when I got the last teaching, and I was sneezing all day. And I don't know if I would pass or not for module 2, because at that last moment of my assessed teaching, I wasn't feeling well and I wasn't able to concentrate. So
my goodness.
please pray for me.
Oh my goodness. But I think we can conclude that both of them are completing each other, right? So it's important to take master's degree and also a Cambridge Delta to complete it at the same time.
Yeah, I think Delta is like bridging the gap between theory and practice. So you got the theory in masters, at least the theory and also your research skills, and then with the Delta, it completes. I mean, you will get the practical element of teaching, which you can immediately apply to your learners.
So that's the most
hold on, sir. What do you mean by selected universities worldwide?
Yeah,
the recognition.
So with the Delta, you probably will get accepted in some universities, not all, and these universities are actually those top ranking universities in the world.
To be student or
no, lecturer.
Lecturer. To teach.
To teach there.
And universities.
And because Delta is difficult, as I said, not all people can pass Delta, right? For me, at least, getting the Delta is like an actor getting an Oscar, because not all actors get the Oscar, right?
Oh.
It's so difficult. That's why some universities they actually consider Delta then the masters or even PhD. So they
Mhm.
would use the Delta rather than the masters or PhD. But as I said, it's just selective.
Only
universities.
selected.
All right.
And those in higher rank universities, yeah.
All right. The Oscar of teaching. Okay, that's I'm gonna do it. The Oscar of
That's so
teaching.
great. That's
Not
amazing.
Emmy, not Globe, the Grammy,
Not
Emmy,
global
Oscar.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and one thing about the Delta is that if you took Delta first, if you were to take Delta first, you could actually use the certifications to reduce the amount of credit for your master's degree.
Oh,
So
really?
you don't have to take all the credits. They can exempt. You can have like a third
Uh-huh.
of the total master's degree reduced if you got the Delta. So I would personally
It's
say
recognized in all
In
the
Indonesia?
universities in
Can
Indonesia.
you do it in Indonesia
some
too?
international universities though,
Oh,
not in Indonesia.
okay.
So I would probably suggest taking the Delta first and then apply master's degree abroad.
Uh-huh.
And you don't have to take all of the subjects, just some core ones, and you
Mm.
get both. Yeah.
Right.
So it's like-
So that's how it works. Okay. So let's move to the questions that we had
There is a
here.
question of pricing.
Oh,
So
pricing,
if
yes.
you
Okay.
scroll up,
but then yes, can you
this one.
that one?
Spill the
Okay.
cost.
you spill- Like that
Let
one.
me check my pocket.
Corey.
Oh, okay.
Corey. Hello,
Yeah,
Corey.
this is an important question.
Yeah.
Spill the cost. Spill tea.
Mhm.
Okay. Spill the cost of the TKT, Salta, and Delta. Please let me check my pocket.
Well,
Who's gonna know your answer?
You can try to find it online, I believe, because the cost is different in each center. It's different. And this is something that maybe most people are thinking, oh, it's so expensive, it's not worth it. I'm not gonna even use it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the knowledge that you get out of it probably will benefit you in the long run. And maybe more international companies will hire you, which means that you will probably get better salaries. And with these better salaries, probably it will pay off dividends.
Mhm.
In the end, all of that investment will pay off.
Yeah.
So it might be almost maybe the same amount of what you would pay for master's degree for Delta. It's
Hmm.
almost the same thing.
For TKT is 750. You
Yeah,
right?
it's 750
That's for one module.
One module.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have like 3 modules of TKT, so you can multiply 750,000 rupees.
Just do
That's
the
for
math.
TKT, yeah, Mr. Kaki, yeah. Do the math. Okay. And then the next one, Salta.
Yeah,
How
it's,
much? How does
it's
it
not very center to center, but it's not cheap. I can tell you that.
Okay. Mhm.
So
And-
it ranges from 1,500 to 2,500
Dollars.
dollars. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dollars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
$1,
1,500.
15,000.
See, 1,500
1,500,
right?
yeah.
dollars, US dollars.
Okay.
Yeah, so do the math.
Well, with Miss Nina, actually, you don't have to pay. If you're, let's say, if your institution has this level of
Awareness.
awareness of
yeah.
how
Yeah.
important teacher training is, they would even give you this scholarship,
Mhm.
which she did. She got it, so she didn't pay us.
Oh, alhamdulillah.
So I think maybe you can try to find some scholarship like that and see if you can, be as lucky as Miss Nina.
yeah.
Asen is one of the schools, right?
Yeah, even
That's
Mr.
nice.
Eggy. Mr. Eggy
Alpha
also
Centauri
took
School.
it like from this one, right? From the scholarship from
Yes.
Alsensi.
From SMP Alpha Centauri, the finest school in the world.
From Alsan Junior High School and Miss Nina too, right? Okay, so that's the thing. I hope you get Bukori. Hope you also get the scholarships. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have Bu Nina here. Miss Nina. Oh, the same. Miss
Yeah.
Nina, but this one is Miss Nina Octaviana.
Mhm.
Sir, when participating in Delta, is there an obligation to teach students directly in the class, or we call it just like a PPL? Okay. The first question first.
Sorry, PPL.
Just like
Kuliah.
PPL.
Oh yeah, just
PPL,
sorry,
PPL
just
Indonesia.
rewinding.
Mm.
So yeah, by the way, you actually get to choose who your learners is. So they will offer you to have learners from the centers that you are registered at.
Mhm.
So in my case, I took Delta in the same as Miss Nina, International House Bangkok.
Mhm.
They offer me to teach their learners.
Okay.
However, I can choose not to teach these learners, but then choose my learners, my group of learners,
Mm,
let's say from Alsen or LCDU. And
mm,
I did that. I chose my own learners. The reason is because I know them well,
mhm.
and I can just WhatsApp them. Please come to my class. Right? It's much easier to
Not-
manage.
I'll not give you scores.
Well, the thing is, my colleges, they chose the learners from the centers, and what happened was that they had to wait for 5-10 minutes waiting for at least 5 students to come. It was difficult to manage.
Happened in Salta too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
can you believe it? Like your mood probably will be ruined, right?
Mhm.
Because not many learners come and you have to wait and stuff. Yeah, so I don't want to take the risk. So that's why I just decided to use my own learners.
Ah,
Okay, anyway.
Let's have the quiz. Do we have time for the quiz
Uh-huh.
that we can take?
Oh, yeah,
At the end?
Yeah,
it's
sure.
15, right?
So
Mhm.
can we answer one more question,
One
sir?
question, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are there which one?
Mhm.
Which one?
Oh, we have got the
Okay.
questions here.
So Delta is a course like master course or degree at TESOL. And Miss Hessie, how long is the teaching practice will be in Salta? Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one maybe to okay.
Yeah,
Any speakers?
Yeah,
And
I
then the
think-
second one, Miss Hessie, maybe Miss Nina can answer.
I think I can answer. But there's one more question there. Can you give tips on how to handle that?
Mhm.
What is it again?
Yeah.
Oh, cultural
Cultural
differences.
differences.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
International students.
That's a question that I still cannot answer until now. Yeah, I think cultural differences would be something that you need to be aware of,
Mhm.
especially when you teach learners from the centers. But lucky me, I took my own learners, so I knew them. I knew the culture. I knew
Indonesian.
Indonesian. But you're right, you need to be aware of these cultures, and that's why my colleges they keep asking me, about all the things about Indonesian learners, what they like, what they don't like, what pronunciation problems they have, and stuff like that. You need to know everything about your profile, learner's profile. Okay,
Okay.
so next thing about Delta, yeah, about is it a
Like course or like master coursework degree?
Yes, I think
ASOL?
so. I think so. It's got the exam, right?
Mhm.
Module 1, which is like comprehensive exam in master's degree. It's got the practical element of it, just like PPG, yeah.
Mhm.
And then it's got the research element, which is module 3. So yeah, Delta, I felt like it's another master's degree.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the difference TESOL and Delta, maybe it's the title.
Mhm.
PPG nowadays you're going to gain GR in the last of your name.
You can put it on your name.
Yes, GR.
Okay.
Bisa
Is it like a title, sir?
ya Tatang Supandi GR.
Oh.
GR is SPD GR. GR is guru.
But there's no title from Delta, is there?
No.
Ah.
And maybe for TESOL, MA TESOL, right?
Yeah.
Not MA or MA TESOL.
Yeah, but you're just actually one step closer to getting an MA. That's suppose you got the Delta. Just apply for any MA abroad, and you can just do like half of the total course,
Yeah.
right? And you will get an MA
Yes.
because of you got the Delta.
It's just like hidden title, hidden
Yeah.
power, because it's much more worthy, right? Than maybe
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay,
Right.
right. And so before you do, if you were me, okay,
Mhm.
and now I'm okay. I finished my TKT, even though band 3. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. So if you were me, which one will you take next?
Salta or
In
Delta?
order, just
Master
give me the
TKT,
suggested-
Salta or Delta? Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
order to Delta. Right.
Mhm.
Okay, my dream.
I probably would suggest that you take Delta Module 1 first.
What?
Yeah,
Delta,
because
are you
you
sure
got
about
the
that?
TKT, right? You got
Yes.
the TKT. Module 1 will give you the foundation so that you know what to do in your Celta later. In Celta,
Oh,
there's this thing called language analysis. Yeah, Miss Nina.
Mhm.
You have to analyze.
Challenging.
Yes, you have to know the terms. Although I think you have got it from masters, yeah. But with the Delta Module 1, you got the confidence to do that assignments much better.
Right. So TKT module 1, 2, 3, and then Delta.
Delta Module
Delta
1,
Module 1.
and then Celta,
And Salta.
and then there's a Module 2.
That's modal. Delta module 2.
Yes.
Module
Module 3.
Delta module 3
Yeah.
is the last one.
Okay.
And if you
Go.
do
Okay.
the Module 1 first, there is a chance that your Celta will be
Piece of cake.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So, so the recommendation is you take TKT first, module 1, 2, and 3. And then later on, you go to Delta module 1. And then later on, you go to Salta. And then after you pass, not pass, yeah, pass, yeah, Salta. And then you continue to
Module
Delta
2.
module 2 and module 3.
Great.
Wow.
But of course, everyone is different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe what works for me doesn't work with others, but that's how I would probably suggest.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. All right then. I think it's time for quiz. This is what you're waiting for. I know. This is what you're looking forward to. So let's see here. I would like to remind for all the participants here, please don't go anywhere because we've already prepared 3 prizes. The first prize would be for everyone that you will get certificate at the end of the podcast, this podcast. So make sure you stay tuned until the end of the podcast. And the second one, you also will have a very big opportunity to get a TKT Module 1 scholarship.
All right.
Right. Then
750
funded by ACTA, yeah, Alpha Centauri Training Academy. So we will give you one winner, the highest score in quizzes later on that it will give you. Will get the scholarship of TKT Module 1 that you can take next year around March 2023.
Mhm.
So you have like plenty of time to prepare yourself. Yeah. Lucky you. And then the next one, we also prepare a very nice prize for teacher here, only one teacher, that you will get a teacher's camp develop how to teach speaking skill by Alpha Centauri Training Academy. So it's worth 650,000 rupees, and for early bird is 500,000 rupees. And until the 24th, the latest. And later on, you will get lots of facilities that you will train by the Cambridge certified trainers. You also will get the certificate, lunch provided, and also 4 days activities of training camp from 27th to the 30th. And also you will have a t-shirt and lots of things. Yeah. And of course, experience and gain many friends after that.
What's the title again?
The connections.
How to develop speaking, right?
Yes, right. So the teacher's camp is all about develop how to teach speaking skill. You will get 1 ticket for that. So please stay tuned. And then let's go.
Okay.
Let's proceed to the
And this
quizzes.
is the quiz.
Okay.
There you
everyone.
go. You can find it on the chat box. And then you can just click that and join I know. And I believe for who joined this podcast from the first, and I think you know all the answers lah. Yeah, I know. I believe so. You will know all the answers about TKT, Salta, and Delta.
But it's only for teachers outside Alpha
Right.
Centauri.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. For LCD and Alpha Centauri teachers, you can join, but unfortunately, we don't. We will not give the prize for the internal internal teachers. Yeah, it's for provided for the teachers from outside LCD and Alpha Centauri teachers.
Okay.
There you go.
Ready.
You can go joinmyquiz.com and then you can put the code 464436. Okay, we have 9 participants here.
Come on, everyone, join.
Yes, please, you can join, sir. Can you scroll up? Okay, thank you. There you go. The code is 464436. Who will be the lucky one? For the one who watch us on YouTube, you also can join our Zoom and maybe you can just like join our quizzes in joinmyquiz.com and you can enter the code there 464436. Come on.
Oh,
We'll
so
wait
it's
you.
open for the YouTube
For the YouTube, yeah.
participant. Okay.
We also open for YouTube participants, yeah. So for the one who watched this on YouTube, you also can join. Yes, please. Not only for the Zoom participants.
Okay, 9 people so far.
Mhm. We wait for 1 hour.
Oh, by the way, maybe some of the participants are asking whether they will get the certificate at the end of the session.
Right. We will get the certificate. It's a part of our prize that will given to you So there will be a certificate for you, and we'll give you the link at the end of the session. So make sure you stay until the end of the session. Yeah. Because we will give you the link and you need to like go and then fill the evaluation form. And after that, you automatically will get your certificate.
I think we can start now because it's running late.
Mhm.
Okay.
So let's
Yes,
start.
please.
Just-
Let's get started.
All the best, everyone.
Good luck.
Let me just stop sharing. And we'll talk while they are doing it. No, yeah.
As long as it's muted, sir. It's unmuted.
No, it will distract
we-
them.
Yeah. I mean, like we can talk about something.
Yeah,
else.
there was an unanswered question from Ms. Hasti, like how long do you have to teach
Yeah.
in
Salta.
Salta?
Oh,
Yeah,
How long do you have to teach? In the
I don't
Salta
know.
or-
Can you mute
you
it,
can-
please? Okay, everyone, welcome back.
So how do you feel?
How do you feel after you're taking the quiz? Is it easy? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, let's see here. Should we announce right now?
Yeah, I
Mr.
think
Isan?
so.
So
Yeah,
we're going to stop.
yeah,
game?
Okay.
Let's end it and
Let's end it and see who is the first
Ah,
and
okay.
who is the second that will get the prize from ACTA. Woo!
Miss Corin, Rian.
Wow, congratulations for Miss Cory Indriani for the first prize of TKT Cambridge Module 1. And the second, we also have Ibu
Rian Dita.
Triandita. She will get a teacher's camp ticket from
Wow, that's great.
ACTA. Congratulations. So how can we take it? Should we go here to the
maybe later the committee, maybe
The committee.
Bunina, yeah, Bunina will
Mhm.
contact these two people and
okay.
yeah, they will be able to get the rewards. Yeah.
Okay, so just wait for this too. Yeah, and we're waiting for you to meet. And good luck and thank you very much for
wait,
joining.
wait.
But before that,
But the link.
yes, about the link, sure, sir. So thank you very much for the winners. Congratulations for the ones who are not getting the prize. Don't worry, because we will give you another prize. So the prize is in here in the link. Okay, as you can see there in Zoom chat, there will be a link that you can access. Please click on it. Okay. Okay, I think I'll just copy that for you. There you go.
So Miss Nina has gotten their phone numbers, I guess.
Mhm. So this is the link over here.
I can share it.
Okay, thank
This
you
one.
very much, sir.
Oh, is there a closing remarks or conclusion
Yeah.
or something before? we
Yeah.
from the-
While they are doing.
Yeah, you
so-
can you can do your evaluation form, and then later on it will lead you to getting your certificates. While we're waiting for you, I think the closing statements for all of the speakers here. I think start from Mr. Agi first.
What? Why? All right.
I thought only Mr. Isan. It's the time's limit.
Yes. First, thank God. I'm in a good circle.
Mhm, mhm.
Right. Okay. To sit here next to you, it's such an honor for me. But this TKT only, yeah, TKT and GITE, maybe and PPG, maybe later on Salta and Delta. I don't know. They maybe they made me, or they pushed me to be an autonomous learner and a reflective teacher at the same
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And I believe to be a good teacher, you've got to be reflective and autonomous, and also a lifelong learner.
learner.
Okay, that's the key.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Agi. Miss
Thank
Nina?
you.
You stole my line, yeah.
That's not my line.
Same.
Long learning, yeah.
Okay.
Keep learning
Yeah.
because we don't know, and
Yeah.
look out for some opportunities because
Mhm.
just like Mr. Isan said, I got the scholarship. I never had dreamt about anything like this, but
Mhm.
here I am. So please don't lose hope. Just keep doing your finest in your life, and opportunities will come to you, inshallah. Knowledge is everything. So yeah.
Thank you, Miss Nina. Mr. Isan.
Yeah, I think I agree with what Mr. Egi and Ms. Nina said. Taking all these certifications, you get a certificate, but at the end, actually, it's all about you growing as a teacher.
Mhm.
So doing the Delta, it validates, it confirms the fact that teaching is all about learning.
Mhm.
Most people think that teaching is all teaching. You transmit knowledge to the learners, but actually, when I did the Delta, I need to reflect, I need to read books, I need to observe. So it's all about learning from zero. So as a teacher, don't be afraid to keep learning and experiment things, and hopefully from there, your learners will benefit
Mhm.
out of it. And
Okay.
I think, yeah, it's all about learning, and hopefully your learners will love you more, and they will get more learning value out of your classes.
Right. Okay. So that's the thing for all the speakers, Mr. Egi, Miss Nina, Mr. Gisan. Thank you for coming to our podcast today.
Thank you
And
for
of
having us.
course, yeah, thank you very much. Please come and stay tuned in our other podcasts that we will provide for you in our Instagram and also in our YouTube channel, ACTA. It's Alpha Center Academy Training. Then we will provide you lots of things there. Yeah. So stay tuned and wait for it. And congratulations for the winners and all the participants here. You also get the certificates. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have you already accessed it? Okay. If you have any difficulties, you can just like tell us. Yeah. The committee. Thank you. Should we close the session? Oh, okay then. Thank you very much, everyone.
you,
We'll see you
everyone.
again someday. And
you.
I'm Alexandra signing off. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks.